Hello everyone. Yep, Jules is in the kitchen. And today I'm going to make a very wonderful recipe that a very dear friend of mine shared during my lovely travels in New Zealand. These are the very iconic blueberry muffins, and if you're watching this, Dicko, you will know that this is your recipe that we together made for nearly 7 years, turning them out for all the guests that came on our beautiful yacht. Not a yacht, no, it was a Kauri launch, John, isn't that right?
Yep, Kauri launch, yeah.
So basically what I love about this recipe is it's very simple. You have dry ingredients and wet ingredients.
Ooh, so look at those, Boss, what do you got there?
So these are the dry ingredients, John. Here I've got 500 grams of plain flour, sieved with 2 really generous teaspoons of baking powder, because that's what's going to make your muffin rise. And to this I'm going to add 185 grams of caster sugar and just gently mix that in for now, because what I want to show you is I've got the dry ingredients, which is here, and I've got the wet ingredients, which is here. And here we have milk, 2 eggs, and now I'm just going to whisk in some melted butter.
Okay.
Because basically this recipe is
how much butter is that then, Julia?
That's about 200 grams of melted butter, unsalted butter. Use ordinary butter if you like, but I'm just a big unsalted butter fan because I love the taste. Now in here I'm just going to add a teaspoon of vanilla paste. Now I really love this. I don't know if you can get this in Qatar, but I'm sure you can order it online. But it's a very natural paste. It's prepared, it's commercially prepared. But basically it comes like a thick gel, but it has a really natural, it is natural, it's a natural product. It's not like vanilla essence, that's that really liquid, it's really just a coloured liquid with a little touch of vanilla, but this is a pure product from, yes, it's got sugar in it, but it makes a lovely thick paste between natural vanilla pods and a little bit of sugar. It's great for baking, great for baking. So there you go. So here you've got the two. You've got the dry and the wet. Wet being egg, milk, vanilla and butter. And here you've got the dry, the flour, the sugar and the baking powder.
And when do you combine all that lot then?
Well, what I'm going to do now, John, is get myself a big bowl, because you have to put this all together now, and it's quite good to have a big bowl with lots of space and room. So I'm going to put the dried in first, just to make sure that it's all.
So I guess you could have really just done your dry in there, couldn't you?
I could have actually, John, but I think I just wanted to show off my Victorian bowls, because these are actually beautiful, original Victorian pudding bowls from the UK in the day when puddings were fashionable, and you would have spotted dick, a plum duff or a duff plum.
And we all love a spotted dick, darling.
And steamed treacle pudding. Yep. These would have been your original bowls that the big houses in the UK would have used. So now, sweetheart, I'm going to show you. I'm going to add the wet into the flour. So, and with a spatula, just going to gently move it. However, I'm also making these are blueberry. I'm now going to quickly shake in about 150, 170 grams of washed clean blueberries.
Yep.
Because it's important to just check them over before you empty a packet. And if I remember clearly, Dicko used to say that the art to these scrummy little muffins is not to overmix. And you've got to be light with the turning, because this is keeping the air nicely in the mixture, and also you don't want to break the yummy fruit. So it's a sort of cutting and folding.
Yeah, makes sense.
Takes a while because you've got to mix it through. But that's coming together now.
No proofing required or anything, you just, once you've done that, they're ready to go, are they?
Yes, they are ready to go. So it's a very simple recipe, and now you're turning. Now I will just say, it's really interesting, some flours, if you need to add a little bit more milk, do, because some recipes are all very different, and the flour in this country is very different again from maybe when you were doing it at home. But anyway, now we've got the babies here, we've got the mixture. I'm then going to take little baby tins, because I like little mouthfuls, for my muffins. You should be able to make 12 large and about 24 small muffins. So I'm just going to show you that what I'm going to do is the little muffins first. So you take your mixture and you plop a nice little mouthful inside.
I guess making sure you've got plenty of even distribution of the old blueberries, yeah?
Yeah. So you can make them, they will rise a bit, but you can just put them like that. Now, by the way, these tins have been oiled lightly because I know they're non-stick, they're Prestige. However, you still got to give them a little extra help because you don't want your muffins to
and you don't have to be too fancy about how you put the stuff in there? I mean,
no, just a good teaspoon.
It'll settle itself down, will it?
It will settle itself down.
Okay, cool.
And you sort of put them together like that. And then they go in.
A bit of finger action going on.
Yeah, sorry about that. You could be more hygienic actually and just use 2 spoons. So. But we are at home, aren't we not, everybody?
Yeah. All the chef is going to get their hands in there.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. So.
Well, looking pretty good.
So I'm just going to take a little bit of a blop there and push him in. Oh, sorry about that, everybody.
Yeah.
So I need a little tidy up. So I'm just disappearing over here while you cut the. And don't worry about the shape. A muffin has a very natural shape. As it cooks, it'll even itself out. But anyway, it's just the point of putting it in the oven. So I'm going to put this in, John.
Yep.
And I'm going to fill up yet another tin. The oven is nice and hot, 180 degrees.
180, okay. Now how long are they going to need then, you reckon?
Usually 20 to 25 minutes, maybe 30.
All right.
But let me just put the clock on, which I can't find it.
Don't worry about that, Floss. I think I'll leave you there and maybe we'll come back later and check out and see how you're getting on, all right?
Yes.
Well, thanks for that so far, Floss. Bloody good. Cheers, mate. Don't know I'm all spoken Kiwi here, but there we go.
Okay, here we are now. They're all just about cooked. So as you can see, I've got the first batch out.
Looking good.
And I'm just going to go to the oven now and get the second batch, which will be little babies will be cooked by now. So I'm going to bring those out, Jono. Just put them on the side there. And I'm just going to put these in the centre of the oven to cook. Those are the big boys, a few little treats left over. Okay, so as I said, you've got to leave them to sit for a bit. However, these have had their, a couple of minutes. I'm now going to just lift them out.
Asbestos fingers.
Yes, that's one thing you get when you're a cook. You sort of do get those asbestos fingers. So these are these little mouthfuls. I like muffins like this because they're little mouthfuls and you can actually eat 2 or 3 for the amount of the big one. So you don't feel so guilty, perhaps.
That's good.
So anyway, you just get them out carefully and put them on the tray. I'm going to put them on a cooling tray because it's nice to keep them aerated all the way around so they don't get too soggy bottoms. There's nothing worse than a soggy bottom.
When do we get to try one?
I think we let them cool down just a little bit more because they're very hot.
I love the Kiwi accent coming out now when you're doing the old Kiwi recipe.
Yes, John.
Okay, jolly good, Floss. Looking forward to those.
So here we are now at the final stage.
Woo-hoo.
The babies, what I call, are coming out nicely from their baking tin. Look at that one. So should we have a look to see if they're ready?
Let's try one. Let's try one, Floss. I'm dying to try one.
Oh, yes.
Let's look at that. And the fruit. Oh, yeah, nice job.
That.
Still hot and steaming.
But that's when they're at their best.
Yeah, cook's quality control tasting going on here. Going to be bloody hot. Watch for it. Good. Bang on. Great. Well done, Floss. My turn to try one now.
Oh, by the way, I want to say, if you want the recipe, julesofthekitchen.com blueberry muffins.
Perfect. Getting them myself.